Okay, so consider the polynomial p of x equals x cubed plus 4x squared plus 6x minus 36. Graph the function and find the zero of polynomial p. So first thing, I'm going to put this in my graphing calculator. Now, my instruction is to find the real zero. And they're suggesting there's only one. So they're telling me that this third degree polynomial crosses the x-axis exactly one time. So let's see where that happens. If you notice right here, I look at my graph, it says when x is 2, this crosses, that's where it crosses the x-axis. X equals 2. And we can zoom out just to see what the polynomial actually looks like, because it is a cubic, right? So if I zoom out far enough, we see that it comes up from this side, it crosses at 2, and then it goes up over there. That's kind of the visual of what a cubic function is. So we made this video for a few reasons, and here's the first one. I figured out just by looking at the graph that x equals 2. Unfortunately, I have to work backwards to figure out what the other roots are using that fact. So x minus 2 equals 0. I'm working backwards. So one of the factors of this polynomial is x minus 2. Remember, I'm creating the inside opposite this time. So we're still doing the opposite when I put it with x. And that's where I get x minus 2. Now, some of you may not have seen long division, so I'm going to take a couple of minutes and walk through it because you are going to need to do it eventually. So I look at just this x and I say, what do I multiply by x to get x raised to the third power? And hopefully somebody said x squared. So now I multiply x squared by all of this. So x squared times x is x to the third. Then I multiply it by the negative 2, and I get x to the third minus 2x. Now, again, another tricky part. In order to go to the next line, what we really do is change the signs. So this becomes a negative x cubed. This becomes plus 2x squared. So now when I add those together, I get 6x squared. And I moved a little quick because somebody might be saying, well, where'd this 6 come from? I brought down the 6, and I also have to bring down the x. So now when I go back to it, I'm looking at 6x squared plus 6x. And I say, how many x's are in 6x squared? So I'm going to multiply x by 6x. So 6x times x is 6x squared. 6x times negative 2 is negative 12x. So now we're going to combine this, but first we change the signs again. So negative 6x squared, that goes away. But when I change this negative 12 to a positive 12, 12 plus 6 is 18x. But remember, now I bring down the negative 36. So what do I multiply by x to get 18x? I would think it's 18. 18 times x is 18x. 18 times negative 2 is negative 36. So this times this gives us this. So now we found our second set of factors. So once we write this as a product of linear factors, we determine what A, B, and C are, and then we plug it into the quadratic formula. So opposite B, since B is 6, this becomes negative 6. A is just 1, so 4 times 1 times C is 18. All over 2 times 1 is 2. So the next thing, we calculate the discriminant. So a square root of 36 minus 4 times 18 is actually 72. So 36 minus 72 is negative 36. So once we have our discriminant, we put that back in the quadratic formula, and then we just simplify. Negative 6 divide 2 is negative 3. The square root of negative 36 is 6i. Divide by 2, you get 3i. And our result is the first root we found by the graph, x equals 2. The other two roots, negative 3 plus or minus 3i. And that's how we can use long division to actually, if we know one root, go back in and find the other roots. Remember, take special time on this video because this is a major concept that will be on the quiz this